business-wise for a long time.
But that's why it's only business. It was really away from that. I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, "Yo, I take you shopping," like, and I'm like, "What you mean?" Like that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. Now, like, and when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, "Yo, nah, I spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this," and it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there, right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Well, no, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
They see it.
Nah, you see this. They want to act like that. Oh, we got nothing to do with that.
Jay-Z has been thrust back into the spotlight as a new lawsuit drags his name into the widening fallout surrounding Diddy, while 50 Cent keeps intensifying the pressure on anyone even loosely tied to the situation. The tension is escalating quickly. Diddy's legal problems are multiplying, and his camp is now pushing for delays that could stretch the case out for years. A new filing suggests the number of people impacted may be far larger than first believed, making it clear the story is nowhere near its final chapter. The stakes rise even higher with confirmation that Cassie will take the stand, a move that adds real weight and credibility to the case. With everything unfolding at once, the focus now turns to the well-known figures connected to Diddy and how each is being pulled deeper into the growing storm.
Close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. This is women's style. Stop it. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think is happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on. Wow, because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, man. I take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the way. Certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway.
All these years, you being the only one calling this out.
No, I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
You do this, yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting.
50 Cent has quietly turned into one of Diddy's toughest problems, showing no signs of easing up as he publicly calls out every link and questionable decision connected to the mogul. Speaking on a recent podcast, 50 claimed that Meek Mill was spotted wearing coordinated outfits with Diddy at a party, an event 50 says he personally turned down after sensing something wasn't right. He explained that Diddy initially invited him on a shopping trip, but he declined instantly, saying the offer felt calculated and off balance. Meek, on the other hand, accepted, believing the association could elevate his career, unaware that the move would later spark scrutiny and fuel even more conversation around Diddy's growing controversies.
20, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black Billionaires lunch. You understand?
Right.
And we here together, and we're going to keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence. Right.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that. Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was at the same time. He got them shit. He started drinking His pictures with him like, thinks the cop.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
His career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, 1.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to
Jay-Z isn't staying on the sidelines as his name continues to surface in the middle of this expanding controversy, keeping him firmly in the public conversation. For years, he and Beyonce have shared visible ties with Diddy, and according to 50 Cent and multiple industry voices, those relationships reflect deeper, long-standing power dynamics within hip-hop. Some critics go further, suggesting that Jay-Z and Beyonce's alliance is built more on calculated business alignment than genuine personal connection. With all three figures moving in the same elite circles and backing overlapping ventures, it becomes clear why Jay-Z keeps getting drawn back into the center of a storm that refuses to die down.
Was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big.
50 Cent is fully committed to shining a light on every high-profile name linked to Diddy, and his remarks about Meek Mill and Jay-Z are only the opening moves. He has made it clear that he plans to dig further and expose additional connections as he pulls apart the web surrounding Diddy's inner circle. From 50's perspective, this moment is just the start of a far longer list he's prepared to push into public view as the situation continues to unfold.
You better believe it. Shout at Def Jam, we the best. You know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay.
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay?
Right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know?
Looking back at the crowd surrounding Diddy in 2010, it's striking how fast many familiar faces later created distance, acting as though their close ties never existed despite once treating him like a trusted ally. Names such as Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and Usher were regularly seen alongside him during that era, making the sudden shift even more noticeable. Then, in May 2018, Attention intensified after Trump's National Doral Golf Course in Miami was temporarily shut down following a serious incident involving Jonathan Audi, who later claimed he had been influenced and mistreated during a period connected to Diddy. As more pieces come together, the growing list of individuals linked to that chapter continues to raise uncomfortable questions and keeps the spotlight firmly on the past.
Combs is facing new accusations of human trafficking as he awaits his federal trial. In a civil case filed in Florida April 1st, Joseph Manzaro alleges, according to court documents obtained by E! News, that he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015, and names celebs such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses in the lawsuit. In his filing, Manzaro says the alleged events took place in April 2015. He states that he lost consciousness after feeling a, quote, greasy substance resembling Vaseline as he opened the front door to his home, after which he says he was transported to another residence, where an associate of Combs allegedly told him that the music mogul wanted him brought to a freak-off event. Manzaro alleges in the suit he was secretly transferred to the music producer's home through a concealed tunnel allegedly connected to Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan's Miami property. He alleges that upon regaining partial consciousness, he found himself inside a large party area upon information and belief that it was a birthday party for Combs' then 17-year-old son Christian Combs. There he was allegedly forced to appear in a penis mask. The lawsuit states, Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles Carter were seated in the room, and upon seeing Manzaro, Beyonce Knowles Carter asked, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is this half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me?" Manzaro alleges in the lawsuit that he was then forcibly paraded through multiple rooms filled with people who were jeering and taunting him.
High-profile individuals, including Jacob Arabo, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence or knowledge of the events surrounding the freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. Wow. And freak-off, of course, is something that we've heard many times before, both in Combs' criminal case and other civil cases, to describe these prolonged sexual episodes, usually with sex workers. But Manzaro is suing Sean Combs. He is suing a man named Eric Mejias. He is suing Brendan Paul, who's been described in another lawsuit as Sean Combs' drug mule, Emilio Estefan, who is married to pop superstar Gloria Estefan, and Adria English, who filed her own lawsuit against Sean Combs, claiming she too was a victim of sex trafficking. By the way, it's interesting he's not suing these other celebrities that I mentioned, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Gloria Estefan, possibly because he doesn't believe their alleged liability amounted to a civil claim, but seems to want to call them as witnesses at a trial, although I have to imagine they will do everything in their power to quash any subpoena should this case progress, and we'll talk a little bit more about what.
A newly filed civil lawsuit has expanded the controversy even further, naming Jay-Z, Beyonce, and even LeBron James in connection with a Diddy-hosted gathering where a man claims he was seriously mistreated. The plaintiff, Joseph Manzaro, alleges that in 2015 he was deliberately impaired, moved without proper consent, and subjected to harm as part of a coordinated situation tied to Diddy and others. While these allegations are still working their way through the legal process and remain unproven, the scope of the case continues to widen, with expectations that additional names could surface as scrutiny deepens, fueling growing calls for full transparency and accountability if any wrongdoing is confirmed.
It's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I see them now. Some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all their memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, It's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff, but. You know, that one, it was, your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
When you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
You really heard that?
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not only figures from hip-hop whose behavior around Diddy has raised eyebrows, as several well-known Hollywood names have also been loosely tied to his social orbit over the years. High-profile stars like Will Smith and Jennifer Lopez have long been rumored to move within the same elite circles, which is why their recent remarks are now getting renewed attention. Talk of Will and Jade, Lowe attending Diddy's private gatherings has circulated for years, even becoming the subject of late-night jokes, including on Jimmy Kimmel's show. Will chose silence at the time, but his decision to address things now signals a clear awareness that anyone linked to Diddy, directly or indirectly, could find themselves drawn into the expanding legal and public fallout.
You throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way. Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up.
I don't got shit in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like,
I took.
Not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drinks. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? Yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people
So
just
for
to
people to
acknowledge
feel
weird
like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too, this is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
Unlike many others tied to that circle, 50 Cent says he has nothing to conceal and no questionable past connected to this situation. He argues that plenty of people in Hollywood knew exactly what kind of environment surrounded Diddy's events and still chose to be present. By contrast, 50 maintains that he intentionally stayed away, drawing a firm line and refusing to associate with anything that felt off or unclear. He frames his distance as a deliberate choice, emphasizing that he wanted no involvement in that world and made sure his name was never attached to that lifestyle.
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
But was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and Keefe D said he paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So look, like you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily.
Another high-profile name now circling the discussion is Leonardo DiCaprio, and while his personal life has often fueled headlines in the past, the focus has shifted to reports placing him at several of Diddy's widely talked-about gatherings. Those appearances, once brushed off as routine celebrity crossover, are now being viewed through a different lens as the situation develops. With scrutiny intensifying around anyone connected to Diddy's inner circle, DiCaprio's reported presence at those events has sparked fresh questions and added yet another layer to a story that continues to grow more complex by the day.
Docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations are crazy. It's kind of interesting. I think that civil suit turned into a look. They looked at it like maybe it's a criminal situation, right? A little early, and it could have been the same lobbyists and the same people that use their connections to make that happen for Puff.
Is that kind of why you was going hard on him the last couple years? Is it because of the liquor situation? Because, to be honest, since the situation he's in now, it's kind of like you fell back on him. Was this all over the liquor, or you just said?
Well, most of that was motivation. That was competing,
right?
For with brands, and they was ahead of me.
Right.
Because he had been working on Ciroc and stuff like that. And then integrating it into our culture with Coco Loso and different things with different people connected to it. So, yeah, that's what that was. But when you look at, he would do a lot of foul shit. Like, behind the scenes, he would do some foul.
With 50 Cent's upcoming documentary now looming, many of the celebrities linked to Diddy are reportedly on edge, fully aware of the impact it could have once it drops, a project Diddy himself publicly acknowledged back in December 2023. Set for release in the coming months, the film is expected to go beyond Diddy's past and shine a harsh light on the powerful network that surrounded him. According to 50, this won't be a collection of recycled gossip or surface-level talk. It's a deep dive into how Diddy's alleged operations worked behind closed doors and who benefited from proximity to that power. That looming exposure is exactly why so many industry figures are quietly bracing themselves for what could come to light next.
That's what they f***ed up at. You can tell me Pup went away for a long time, bro, but do you not hear the of Meek Mill? Do you not hear all of the shake it off, take that of Will Smith? Can you not give me the oh God of TD Jakes? I just don't want to be in the room where niggas be actually doing this shit, man, because that's crazy for a real Crip to pull up and be like, yo, my nigga, like, check this out. Like, I really heard Carl Winslow in there. Like, yo, I was like, yo, getting slapped like that. Slap. Who was he banging this out like a next thing you know, he walk in there and it's actually my mother.
Is Diddy a dangerous man?
Nah, you missed the fact that was my mom. Like, that was Jaguar Wright getting it's Carl Winslow, you know.
I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place. What benefit?
Usher, Odell Beckham Jr., Terrence Howard, and Justin Bieber have all been pulled into the widening conversation around Diddy, and the list of familiar names keeps expanding. Orlando Brown, despite his turbulent reputation, has repeatedly claimed he knows uncomfortable truths about industry figures who, in his view, present one image publicly while living very different private realities. At the same time, 50 Cent has hinted that some men may have traded personal standards or self-respect for access, influence, or career momentum. Terrence Howard once framed that choice as sacrificing authenticity in exchange for fame, and now, as attention intensifies, many of those connected appear uneasy, facing the possibility that decisions made years ago are finally circling back into the open.
How did that, of all questions,
when did he miss that train?
How did that go?
That train might have left the station,
train took
but
off
you
from
were
the
right
station.
there.
Yeah,
You were right there to get on that.
That train took off from the station for sure.
You were close.
Yeah. I wasn't at that train station.
You left early? You left early?
No, that was down the street from me. I wasn't there. No.
Did you ever meet Diddy?
Yo, what the
Bro, yo, I forgot you
He's
actually
like,
might have.
I've seen pictures with you there.
Cassie has now been confirmed as a key government witness, a decisive turn that sharply increases the pressure on Diddy and raises the stakes of the case. Reports indicate she witnessed firsthand how his operation functioned, giving her knowledge that will be extremely difficult to challenge or dismiss. As Gene Deal has emphasized, Cassie's civil lawsuit wasn't just a standalone moment. It helped trigger the broader investigation and shift momentum toward criminal scrutiny. With her testimony now locked in, it's expected to become one of the most powerful pillars of the case, potentially reshaping everything as the legal battle moves forward.
Here's a little bit more about what we know of Dr. Dawn Hughes. So it's in an exhibit that was filed in this case, and it's called Disclosure as to Expert Witness Dawn M. Hughes, PhD, ABPP. Dr. Hughes is a clinical psychologist and a board-certified forensic psychologist, and a leading expert on sexual abuse, interpersonal violence, victimization, and traumatic stress. The following includes the anticipated opinions the government expects Dr. Hughes will offer regarding sexual abuse and victim responses to sexual abuse, coercive control, coping strategies during and in relation to sexual abuse, delayed disclosure, and memory of sexual abuse. Quote, the government expects that Dr. Hughes will testify about coercive control as a tactic of victimization, i.e. the state to process of becoming a victim, and a strategy to gain dominance across a spectrum of relationships. Coercive control often includes a variety of physical, sexual, and/or emotional tactics that together function to control the victim. Allegations implicate dozens of unidentified witnesses and allege co-conspirators around the world, and some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents are dead. Basically meaning, how can we defend against it? The defense is not even permitted to share the identities of the individuals described in the disclosure letter with Mr. Combs until April 18th, further hampering defense counsel's ability to investigate. Collectively, these new allegations require many months, if not years, to investigate, and if admitted, would require a series of mini-trials certain to double the length of a trial the government originally said would last 3 weeks. So this is an explosive allegation that on its face, I don't know if I necessarily disagree with. If they are bringing in evidence of uncharged conduct, wouldn't the defense have an opportunity to investigate it and challenge it? It seems like they're making a point. So if this evidence is allowed...
50 Cent may be the only figure bold enough to rip the curtain all the way back And with his upcoming docuseries, Did He Do It? On the horizon, the entertainment industry is bracing for impact. When it arrives, it isn't expected to tiptoe around speculation, but to confront the story head-on, potentially exposing layers that many hoped would stay buried. This saga is far from finished, and the consequences could be far-reaching as new details continue to surface. The next chapter may deliver revelations that reshape the entire narrative, so stay locked in, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to stay ahead of what could become one of the most explosive celebrity stories of this generation.